Despite being more connected than ever through technology, loneliness is on the rise. It can be hard to meet new people and make meaningful connections in the digital age. Which is why there's a move to ditch the dating apps altogether and go old school, face to face. I hit a community garden in Melbourne to dig the dirt on a new trend that aims to make love bloom.
I'd ask, but it's awkward for me.
I can't claim weed dating, sadly. I didn't come up with it. It came from a young farmers collective in the States who found that young people working on farms are often in small, out in the country, maybe a bit isolated. They're not getting to meet people and date in the way that people living in cities might. So they set them up for young people who actually worked on farms. And then someone from Ceres at some point saw something online and thought that that was a really cool concept.
I wouldn't have thought that weeding is something that people necessarily look forward to. Do you find people enjoy actually the act of doing it?
Yeah, as someone who works outside and who works in gardens, it's not my favourite job. Something like harvesting or planting is a lot more fun. But I think that people find the weeding, you don't have to think too hard, hopefully. So most of your mental space is free to be talking to the person, but it's still that task and that physical thing, and it's still satisfying. I think that people like it because it's something different. You're doing something. A lot of people, I know I find it intimidating if you're going on like a date, from an app or something. You've never met them, you have to just sit there and make eye contact with this new person and you're not doing something. I think people find it a lot easier to do something with their hands. There's something to talk about. And most of the people hopefully have some interest in gardening or the environment or sustainability. I've also had lots of people say it's really nice to have a dating event that's not based around alcohol. It's something different. I kind of see what the vibe of the group is. If they seem chatty, I just say 5 minutes start now. If people seem a little bit shy, I might give them a prompt question. After 5 minutes, ring a little bell or tap a glass or something, and then I just rotate them around.
Why do you think there's a need for this type of dating?
I think that people find, I know lots of people say that they find dating apps quite impersonal. It's built into them that they're shallow kind of from the start because you're mainly doing it off what someone looks like. You don't get how that person acts, how they interact, what the vibe is between you. So I think people find it like a more genuine, low pressure way of meeting people, and definitely that feeling that maybe that person will have something in common.
What happens at the end though? How do people swap details?
Once we're out of time, I let people know if they're feeling brave. Obviously they can approach anyone at that point, ask people for their number, etc. They might stick around for a coffee, so we've got the little coffee cart. But if people are feeling shy, we have a little form where you match up. So people write down their own name and number and anyone that they would like to be put in touch with. And if that person's also written them down, they've matched. So the same way you might match on a traditional dating app. And then I send them a little text saying, so-and-so has also written you down, here's their number, and then it's all up to them what happens from there.
And are you sure this isn't a trick to get free labour at Joe's?
I can make no guarantee.